Речі! Слава! 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 Бандера! Прийде! Порядок наведе! Bandera, revered by Ukrainian nationalists and despised by everyone else, at least when they find out about his bromance with Adolf Hitler. Bandera's legacy has long been toyed with on the far-right fringes of Ukraine's society. But with the latest hell-bent push to support Kiev in whatever, this Nazi collaborator is being normalized in the mainstream too.
It was Bandera who managed to bring the activities of the Organization of the Ukrainian Nationalists to a new level in the early 1930s, turning it from an underground organization into a liberation movement known in every country where there was a diaspora. All the years in exile, he was the leader of the Organization of the Ukrainian Nationalists, which was reckoned with in Europe, and an outstanding theorist of the national movement, and Bandera publications and public organizations spread the truth about Ukraine.
Bandera headed the most radical iteration of OUN, the Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists. Their openly and officially fascist roots may be shamefully tucked away in media articles now, but back then, Bandera and his followers proudly wore it on their sleeves, along with anti-Semitism.
The Jews of the Soviet Union are the most loyal supporters of the Bolshevik regime and the vanguard of Muscovite imperialism in the Ukraine.
Jews, often referred to by racial slurs within OUN, weren't the only targets of Bandera's fascist discrimination doctrine. Russians, Poles, Gypsies were to be exterminated too, according to one of Bandera's closest allies and another hero of 21st century Ukraine.
It is necessary to hurry up with the liquidation of Poles to their full extinction. Villages with solely Polish populations are to be burned down. In villages of mixed nationalities, only Poles are to be wiped out. Jews and Gypsies are to face the same treatment, full annihilation without remorse. It's vital to take care of doctors, pharmacists, chemists, nurses, and keep them under watch in field hospitals. When their work finishes, they must be murdered without announcement.
Hardly surprising, Adolf Hitler chose Bandera as his henchman-in-chief in Ukraine, whose organization is estimated to be responsible for some 100,000 deaths. And Bandera's bloodlust knew no limits.
The Organization of the Ukrainian Nationalists values the lives of its members very highly. But we accept that our glorious idea requires not just a few, not hundreds, but millions to fall victim in order to be implemented.
Modern-day Ukraine has been repeatedly urged to stop glorifying these people who could have easily added a few pages to the rulebook of ISIL or Al-Qaeda. But President Zelensky thinks it's a cool thing.
There are indisputable heroes. Stepan Bandera is a hero for certain Ukrainians, and this is a normal and cool thing. He was one of the defenders of Ukraine's freedom.
And of course, there's plenty of Ukrainians horrified by Bandera's monuments springing up all across their country. It's just hard to tell how many Ukrainians, since any sacrilege of these Nazi idols could cost people their lives.